Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today is day 19 of 200, prepping for my last show. Today's not going to be in the gym. There is something a little different that I want to talk to you guys about. And honestly, it's a little bit hard to share, but I'm going to do it anyways because I think that, well, I know it's going to benefit someone out there. So for those of you that don't know, my ex and I broke up like in March, right? Now, what's interesting is last night I was thinking about a lot of things because we talked after March, but we weren't together. Now, here's the crazy thing. What I actually found out was, essentially, the whole time I dated this girl, she was married to another guy, and I was the side guy. The whole time. Everything she told me was a lie. Everything we did was a lie. Everything. My entire life was a lie for 6 years. Crazy, right? So, I'm only telling you guys that story not for pity or any of that, but first of all, that's some crazy shit that I've never seen in my life, and I hope no one experiences that, because let me tell you, that's horrible. I don't even know who that was. I honestly, when you think about the things that that person lied about, like, I think that that's the devil. Like, I was talking to a buddy about it. Guys, I don't know what the devil would look like, but holy shit, that has to be the devil. Ruined every aspect of my life. And if you think about it, the 2 years that that person lived with me, I didn't go to church. I wasn't deep rooted in my faith. I kind of lost myself. I had no idea what was going on. This person was married. What? You can tell I'm mind blown. But the reason I'm telling you guys this is because when I woke up today, I felt like trash. I still feel like trash. I feel horrible. The last thing I wanted to do is turn on the camera and do this. And, and I'll just explain all the thoughts and the feelings. It's like there's people around me, but I don't want to talk to them about it because I don't want them reaching out to her because I don't want to hear from her ever again. Ever. And it's just like, it's so annoying because you try to tell someone, you try to vent to someone, and then they take matters into their own hands, and then they try to talk about it. And I don't want anyone talking about it. I'm just sharing it because it sucks, and I know that I'm going to get through this, but also I want to show you guys on here that I am still showing up. I do not want to be doing this. I do not want to be here right now, right? But the point is, you're going to have highs and lows in your life. And if I'm going to tell people to diet through the highs and their lows, then I'm going to be a coach, and I'm going to lead from the front, and I'm going to show you that even though I feel terrible emotionally, this is the last thing I want to do. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want any sympathy, but I need to show you guys that this is painful, and I will still show up because my goals are bigger than this. I am going to work as hard as I can, and I'm going to move out of Oklahoma in the next year, and I'm claiming it right now, and anyone watching it, mark it down. I will do it in front of your eyes because dude, that was like a huge eye-opener. I'm sick of it. I'm done. I'm going to restart somewhere else. I'm going to build the life that I've always been trying to build, and I've had a fucking anchor around my ankles. And now I have no more anchor. It's just me, myself, against the world. That's how it feels right now. It's just me. I don't need nobody for 365 days. It's going to be me, and it's going to be my family and my closest friends that don't even live here. And that's it. Because I'm mind blown of what humans are capable of. It's sick and disgusting, and I don't even care. It's just literally, though, every time I was stationed in Oklahoma, got shit on. I moved back to Oklahoma, got shit. I'm not living here. Unless God has a plan for me here, I will not live here. I'll be gone. So I'm going to get everything together. I'm going to work my ass off, and I'm going to keep moving. But the point in saying all that is I don't want to show up today. But guys, because I built these habits, the first thing I did in the morning was I fell back on the gym. I got up, and I'll be honest, I cried. Not out of sadness, not out of pure anger, because someone who I had long distance dated, or I thought for 4 years, was married the whole time, and I could have been dating people that actually fit me. That drives me nuts. But that part of my life is over. Now that is done. We now grow. And the thing is, I just found this out 12 hours ago, and I just find out more and more. The more I think about it, I'm like, that was a lie, that was a lie, that was a lie, that was a lie. The whole thing is lies. The whole fucking, all of it. Blows my mind. So I'm still finding out things that I'm like, oh. And I'm not finding it out. I'm just rethinking our relationship and going, that was also a lie. That was also a lie. And again, I'm just demonstrating the pure pain, right? Because somebody out there is going to benefit from this, and that's going to be awesome. The point is, I still show up because, again, my goals are bigger than that. The gym has saved me multiple times. So what did I do? And I know some of you are thinking like when I tell this story, some of you are going to be like, man, I don't know if the gym will ever do that. I don't know, man. I never thought of it like that. And normally I don't need to lift like that. But like I went in the gym at 8 a.m. this morning. It's the first thing I wanted to do. I got up at 4:30. As you guys know, I got a couple things done. And then I headed straight to the gym because I just was so... First of all, how could someone do that? Beyond me. How could someone do that for 6 years? Way beyond me. How could you want to get married when you're already legally married? I don't know. As you can see, I'm still working through it. And the thing is, I just wanted to pick up some weight, move it around, and listen to some good music. So I got to Trinity at like 8 a.m., big old warehouse gym. I had the speaker to myself. I opened the garage doors to look outside. I blasted music, and I had the best session ever, just thinking about things. And when you get angry, you can pick stuff up. And like, I had a great shoulder session. And like, it might sound bad, but like if you're into boxing, go box. If you're into running, go for a run. I'm telling you, and you guys that are already kind of utilizing this know, but I felt so much better. I didn't feel like my problems were resolved, but I felt like I worked my anger out, at least for a couple hours, right? You can tell I'm still upset about it because it's nuts. Like, let me just list how it feels. You feel stupid. You feel hoodwinked. You feel catfish. You feel like a fucking idiot. You feel like your whole life was a lie. Obviously not my whole life, but I've dated this girl since I was 24. So from 24 to 30 was essentially a fabricated, cute little lie. So that can kind of mess with your head a bit, just a little, and it's just, and I just want to get this on camera because I'm recording this entire journey. I'm gonna record a daily vlog every single day as long as I can, and the reason I want to document this is because when I am successful, when I am where I am saying, like I'm saying right now, when I'm out of Oklahoma, when I have the Lamborghini Urus, when all these things I keep saying that no one believes happens, I'm going to be able to look back on this video and say, I fought through this, I fought through that, I fought through that. And everyone that's watching this is going to be able to see that, and they're going to know I'm not full of shit. I practice what I preach. And that's why, more than anything about how I feel, is I need to show up every day. Because even if I feel horrible today, if I go lay down and take a nap, I'm not moving forward. So I'm not going to get out of here any faster. If I go smoke weed and just take a day, I will not get out of here faster. So I'm going to make content. I'm going to provide value for you guys. I'm going to sit in front of the computer even longer today and make more valuable content than ever because I am more motivated than ever. Instead of letting that thing in my life instead of becoming a victim and going, well, it was me. And honestly, like, you probably could make a documentary about all the stuff that went on, like no bullshit. But it's like, what am I going to do? Woe is me. Am I going to go get her back? Am I going to get her new boyfriend back? I don't care. Again, this is not to bash somebody, because if I wanted to bash that person, I would list who that is. And like, if you do know who that is, do not reach out. I'm begging you. Don't talk to them. Just leave it alone. Because that's what successful people do, guys. As mad as I am, it's like this. I'm going to take today. I'm going to reflect on it. And tomorrow, back to business. And I don't mean take today off. I mean, I'm going to get my stuff done today, right? But I also understand that, like, these are crazy emotions. I'm going to feel them a bit. And then tomorrow, it's, okay, erase it, and let's keep going. Let's keep going. Because it doesn't matter. I'm not going to waste energy, guys, trying to go get her back, trying to tell her new boyfriend, tell her parents. I don't give a shit. Leave them in the dust because we're moving forward. That's it. That's how I feel in 2025. I don't give a shit about, listen, it's not about, I don't care about people, but it's just like, I'm tired of anchors in my life. If you don't add to it, you're gone. As of right now, if you don't add to it, you're gone. If I got to sit in this office alone until I make the money that I can make to level up my friend group, I will fucking do it because you can tell I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I have this mindset that's up here and I'm hanging out. Dude, let me take a breath. I'm just going to chill because I don't know if that's very valuable for you guys for me to just go off, but I just wanted to share it because someone is going to watch this and be like, dude, I feel your pain. Whether it's losing a family member, whether it's the first girl that you dated and you fell in love with and she left you, whether it's getting cheated on for the first time. And guys, just so you know, like my history with girls, there's something wrong with me because this is like every single one of them has been like this. Now, this one's extra special, but I've been cheated on in every single relationship. That's something that, so obviously something I'm doing is like signaling that. So I'm going to reflect on that as well. But for a very long time, it's just like, that's it, dude. I'm done. Like, I'm going to put my head down. I'm going to build an empire. And then I'm going to, when my head is up and when God's ready and when I'm ready, then someone will come along. Other than that, I don't care. I don't need nobody else wasting my time. I don't need nobody else slowing me down. I've wanted to be successful for so long. So I don't care how I feel. I'm going to show up. And I'm only telling you guys again that because if you... Like I lost my uncle during COVID, right? A great uncle, not like a loose uncle, but like it made me upset because they wouldn't let them in the hospital to see him before he died. Stupid. And it pissed me off. What did I do? The first thing I did, I was in prep and I remember it like it was yesterday. The first thing I did was I got in the gym at like 4 a.m. Not even kidding. 4 a.m. I was in the gym pumping some weights because that's how I deal with it. And then I felt better. And that's it. And then you just deal with it and you keep leveling up. But to roll into that, you know what I mean? How do I develop this confidence, this discipline? That's what I want to talk to you guys a little bit more in depth, because I think it's important. And it's like when I was, 15, 16, 13, whatever, I didn't really have a lot of confidence. As some of you know, like, and this is not a sad story, but like, the first girl I asked out, she just walked away. It's because we were in a Catholic school. I actually got detention almost for asking her out, which is ridiculous. What kind of signal does that send to a kid? Obviously not a good one. And then there was this girl I liked in high school, and she was still fooling around with her old boyfriend. And, but like, it's not a pity party story. It's not. The point is I didn't really have confidence. So how did I build the confidence? The way you build the confidence, honestly, doesn't take a long time to explain. It's a very simple thing, but it's not as simple to execute. Essentially what you want to do is you want to start somewhere easy and you want to kind of build these confidence points. So what gives you confidence? Anytime you have a framework in your mind, like I talked about in my video yesterday, smokers equals losers, that would be like a framework, like something, a belief, right? And so anytime you have something like that about yourself, like if smokers equal losers, if that's what you think about smokers, and then you start to smoke, right? You think and feel that smokers are losers, but now you're smoking. And so your brain doesn't like that friction, doesn't like that. Because now what you are doing and what you believe don't align. And so because of that, you can never really move forward. And that's why when you smoke and you think smoking is bad, you feel like a trash person. Because you're having this conflict where it's like, well, you're saying this, but you're doing this, and there's no mismatch. They're like two magnets that are never going to connect. And people don't realize how powerful that is in the opposite way. Every time you're believing one thing and going against it, you're hurting your confidence. You're ruining your confidence. You're ruining your self-worth. You're ruining your value. And it's just because what you believe in and what you're doing does not align. So instead, if you think smokers are losers and you don't smoke, boom, then you align and things change. And that's the same thing. I felt shitty, right? Because smokers are losers, but here I am smoking. And then what I did was I stopped smoking, boom, changed the frequency, boom, together. Now we're on the same pace. Now that's why not only do you feel better from stopping smoking, you also feel better because you're confident in your ability to say no to something that's tempting because it doesn't align with your values. And so essentially that is the first building block of it. You just have to take that principle and sit down and write a list of what is valuable to me. What kind of man, what kind of woman do I want to be? And you write that on one side, right? And then it's like, okay, I'm not going to smoke. I'm not going to drink. I'm not going to mess around in my relationship. I'm going to hit the gym. I'm going to do cardio, or I'm going to walk every day. I'm going to read, like whatever. These qualities, this man, this woman, this person that you want to be, You take that, boom. And then all you got to do is start to slowly take each one and align yourself with it. Take each one and align and align and align. And then you begin to become confident. And that's why it can be small, it can be big. That's part of why I do the morning routine, because it still builds confidence. I've probably gotten up at 4:30 a.m. for the last 45 or 50 days now. And I don't keep track because I'm at least, I don't want to say never going to stop, right? Because obviously I'm only 30. But for the foreseeable future, I'm not going to stop. When I'm in this, what Alex Hormozy would call season of life, like right now, the goal is grind and get out of here. That's the goal. And so that is my season right now. My season is not to be social. My season isn't to go hang out. My season isn't to go on dates. My season is to focus on me, build me back up, and that's it. Get out of here. Go start anew. That's literally it. Just like I tell you guys, if you want to change and you don't like your environment, move. I'm going to show you because I'm going to do it. It's kind of funny too because it's like a very foreign concept to people that have lived in the same spot their whole lives. Like in the military, I lived in Oklahoma, then I lived in California, then I lived in Arkansas, then I moved back to Oklahoma. I have never attached myself or sunk my roots in because I want to be able to detach and move to wherever the opportunity is. And so I'm going to start looking for opportunities over the next year. And when the right one presents itself and the money is there, I'm gone. That's it. And you'll see it and I'll document it just like I document this. And the purpose is like, so many people have this life that they want to live, but it's, it's the life, it's in Tennessee, or it's in Miami, or it's in Tampa Bay, or it's in Colorado, or it's in California, but they won't move. And so instead they stay around the same people, they stay in the same town, they shop at the same stores, they go to the same gym. And if they like that, that's great. That's not what I'm saying. If you hate that and you want to be somewhere else, go somewhere else. So many people get stuck in that loop and then they literally live where they don't even want. They build a life that they didn't want in a place that they didn't want to be because they just stay somewhere for too long. Then they meet a girl and then they accept that girl because she's the only girl for them that's even talking to them. And then they marry that girl and then they're trapped where they're at. Now, is that everyone? No. But I know that there's people out there that want to achieve high-level stuff that are afraid of packing boxes and moving somewhere. And I'm going to show you guys that that's ridiculous too, because I'm going to do it again. Because you don't, and like with the internet, guys, you don't have to stay anywhere. Like I don't need to stay anywhere to make videos. I don't need to stay in a certain spot to coach people online. I don't need to be in a certain place to help people change. I don't need to do that. So why would I do that? If there's an opportunity over here with a group of people that are winning and successful and are going to level me up, I'm going to move there. And you'll see that that's what wealthy people do. They don't care what everyone else is doing. They don't care what's traditional. They'll do whatever it takes and they'll just move. Whatever it takes. And that's what I will do. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. So getting back on track here, all you got to do is build those confidence levels. And so like it can be as simple as I want to be someone that makes the bed. And then every morning you get up, you make the bed and you're aligning it. And you're aligning your value. You're aligning what you're saying with what you're doing every single morning. Aligned, right? You're doing that. And that reinforces you. It's the same thing with like, I've gotten up at 4:30 for 50 days. What do you think the chances are that tomorrow I don't hit day 51? Kind of ridiculous. But in the beginning, everyone laughs at you and thinks it's ridiculous that you're going to do that. But then on day 50 or 60, everyone's like, of course he's going to do that. But you can see as that builds, and as simple as getting up at 4:30, your friends will be like, oh, that's not going to last. And then when you do it on day 60, I'm telling you, they're going to be like, dang, you're still doing that? And then on day 90, they're going to be like, man, you're never not going to get up at 4:30. So like you can even build, and that like, I don't know if that's clicking with you guys. I hope so, because that is confidence, right? Now you know you're a man of your word or a woman of your word, and you know that if you say you're going to get up tomorrow at 4:30, you will get up tomorrow at 4:30. Hands down, no questions asked. That's what builds confidence. Confidence is really just taking action of the same thing over and over and over and over. What's the difference between, a confident marathon runner and a non-confident marathon runner? Well, a hell of a lot of marathons, right? A confident marathon runner, they know what to pack, they know what to prep, they know what shoes to take, they know when they're going to need water, they know when they're going to have to pace slow, when they're going to have to pace fast. And so when they get to the race, they're not nervous. It's game day. They're ready to go. They do this every time. They do this all the time. You know what I mean? Same thing as going into the gym for me, right? Same thing as an experienced powerlifter going to the gym. But like with me, it's like I go in the gym, I pull out my tripod, like especially even with this. In the beginning, it feels weird, right? You pull out your tripod, you're kind of like hiding it. Now I just go in, open up the tripod, put it down, boom, and then I start recording, put my mic on, start talking. I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm confident. Why am I confident? Because I've done it. I've said I was going to do it, and then I've done it, and I've done it, and I've done it. And it's the same thing with the daily vlogs, right? There's been days like today that I was like, no way. No way. When I woke up this morning, I thought, there's no way I'm making a daily vlog. I don't care what anybody says. And then the real Mike came to the surface and said, Mike, if you stop, then in theory, she and the devil win. Think about that. If I stop because something derailed me that's not in my control, it's not my control that she lied, not in my control. And if I let that affect me so much that I stop doing what I'm doing to get out of the position I'm in, then she's winning. The devil's winning. Literally, the devil is literally winning. Because what is he doing? He created this shitty situation to give me all this friction, and it's because he knows what I'm capable of, and he knows what God and I are going to do together, and it's going to be, God, it's going to be so insane. But because he knows that, he's been trying to fuck me around for excuse my language, but for real, he's been trying to do that for like 2, 3, 4 years, and it's worked. Good try though, because I'm back. And that's why I rose up and I'm like, I don't care how bad this feels. I can't let them win. I won't do it. I will never not do what I say I'm going to do because somebody else made me feel a type of way. That's bullshit. I control how I feel. I control when I show up, and I control what I do. And so do you guys. And that's why this video is so important for me to make. It's so powerful. It's so pivotal. I don't care how many views it gets. I don't care how many people watch it. This is going to be such a special video for me to even reflect on in 6 months. And I literally can't wait for it. The growth is going to be insane. But guys, like honestly, as far as building confidence, that's all you got to do. Write down a bunch of stuff like that, and it can be simple. Wake up early, make the bed. That's why I suggest like an easy 4-step morning routine, because if you can just do those 4 things every single day, you're going to build confidence. And then like in the 4 things, guys, for those of you that don't know, is like make your bed, drink 20 ounces of water when you get out of bed, have some coffee, and then I reflect with the Lord. Basically, I read my Bible for 15 minutes. And I also read like some sort of a motivational-ish book, like David Goggins' Can't Hurt Me, or a personal development book, or a coaching book, like, and I mean like basketball, like, you know, just learn something cool in the morning, something inspiring to get your mind right. But the thing is, once you do those over and over and over and over and over, you can start to add in. You can start to say, okay, I'm also going to walk 10,000 steps a day. And that's all you add. I'm going to also walk 10,000 steps a day. And then you do it and do it and do it and do it. What are the chances, again, on day 100, you're going to be like, man, there's no way I'm going to walk 10,000 steps today. No longer, because it's just your identity. You're just going to do it. It's the same thing with the gym. If you go 5 days a week for probably, realistically, 3-4 months, then you're just going to keep going. And because when you don't go, it's not going to agree with who you say you are. If you say you're a gym goer and you're going and going and going, and then you kind of like miss, and then you miss a little bit more, and then you miss a little bit more, and then you start to come back. And then when this is unaligned like this, guys, then you start to feel like shit again inside. And so once you can get these to line up, and when you do that with multiple things in your life, you just start to believe that you're a high-level individual that will execute on the things that need done every single day. And then you're more confident. You carry yourself taller. You have your chest higher. You speak with more confidence. You're not wavering in what you say. You can make decisions because you know where you're headed. You have your head on straight. You're clear. People are attracted to you because you're not looking for anything around you. You're just focused and you're just zeroed in on what you need to do, and you just do it every day. And people can rely on you. People can trust you. And then people have faith and confidence in you. And once you do that, you build this crazy confidence and momentum that literally makes you unstoppable. It's like, that's what makes prep so good, but you don't have to do prep, right? That's what makes a 4-month grind season of getting in shape and really digging deep and like doing the cardio and showing up and like doing the hard things for 4 months, in a row to get shredded for summer or to get shredded. A lot of you probably aren't shredded already, but like, so to use those 4 months to get into that shape until you maintain it, right? Because you're gonna have to do that in order to maintain that. So, but like that grind is like so special because it's literally like, it's almost like building a business from the ground up, and you're sleeping on an air mattress at first. And then when you get done with your cut and you're that new person, you're literally a new person. You're not just changing physical. Now you're someone that for 4 months showed up for cardio 2 times a day. You ate, 4 or 5 times a day. You did the hard things for 4 or 5 months. Now on the back end of that, you now get to live a more normal life and maintain this awesome physique you built. But because of the 4 months you did up here, you have this hardened mindset and confidence in yourself that you'll continue to execute forever and ever. And the combination of all of that is literally what makes you unstoppable. And so I hope that was really helpful for you guys. Sorry if the rant was a little bit too much information or a little bit long. But again, I just wanted to share it. I wanted to get it out there, get it off my chest, because like I said, I'm going to keep being transparent no matter how hard it is, because I know that there's people out there that transparency will help. So that's day 19, guys. If you're not subscribed already, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you don't follow me on Instagram, go ahead and head over there. Follow me on Instagram. It's linked down in this little description here, because I drop little stories throughout the day to keep you guys motivated, keep you guys running on full, not empty. I will see you tomorrow.